Well, it's going to look a little different when you go back to the airport in Atlanta because Delta has this whole new way to check in, and it's like Super Serve.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
The way that they're going to do it, they call it an express check-in, and it's right at the curb, and you bypass all TSA because they'll have a special technology just for Delta at the Atlanta airport, Hartfield.
Okay.
And you check in right there. TSA is right there. It's pretty cool.
Right at the curb? And so,
yeah, TSA pre-check-in customers.
Because I every now and then you get selected to be like pre-check.
This is Delta only.
Just Delta only. Because I know when you get that pre-check, it's like you've gotten the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. You're just like,
seems like it, right? So it's a lot easier. I hope they do that at a lot of different airports. But right now, it's Atlanta.
And maybe Delta is the guinea pig. You know, they're like, okay, we'll take it and we'll try it and see if it works any faster and if it's beneficial.
And if it's more efficient.
And more efficient.
Because then Delta will get a lot of customers that way.
Yeah.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
I can do this over and over again if I really like it.
For how long? Can you?
A couple of days.
No way.
Yeah, if I'm in the car, I'll do it over and over again.
The same over and
I do.
over? Okay.
I do. It's unusual, but there's some people that actually do. They like it enough, they'll do this over and over.
Well, and also, they're willing to do it for 3 days just so they get some me time. And that is listen to the same exact song, not the same type of music or the same, but the same exact song for 3 days.
Yeah, because you connect with it.
Yeah.
It's yours, and then you get it out of your system and you move on.
Yeah, but it's really about just putting up with a song for 3 days so that they get time to themselves.
You don't put up with it. I'm going to guess Liz has never done this.
Oh, I could go the same song if I really love it and I want to learn it and I want to know the words to be able to sing along with it 5-10 times. And then I'm pretty much done. I have to break it up with something else. 3 days? Same song?
Yeah, whenever you can.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. If there's a new Toby Mac tune that comes out, I really like it, I play it for several days.
For 3 days? Okay.
Not straight. It's not like
That's
I'm
what
up
I'm
at 8
saying.
a.m. and then by 48 hours later. It's not like that. It's like, hey, if I'm listening to a song, I'm like, I got to hear that song again.
Yeah.
Because I really connect with the song and the message of the song.
Yeah,
I do that a lot.
I have done that over my lifetime, but I would say 10 times, that would be my limit. But I'm saying the same song over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, then that's you.
But there are a lot of people that will do it. But
I'm so sorry you live such a sheltered life.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Rice Krispie treats.
they're okay.
They're okay?
They're not my jammy jam, but
I'm not a fan. They're too sticky, and I don't like the texture of them when I eat those things.
I'm pretty down with the texture. It's just not something I really think about, and I don't really make them or anything like that.
Coffee Mate's turning them into a cream, so you can put it in your coffee now.
Does not sound good.
It does not to me either.
I mean, marshmallows I can get behind. You know what?
Marshmallow cream?
No, what I'm thinking of is just marshmallows actually not in coffee, but in hot chocolate.
This is a creamer for coffee.
You can put it in hot chocolate.
The creamer? You
Of
put cream in your
course.
hot chocolate?
You could.
What's the point? It's already made out of milk.
You could use this in place of milk, of the milk
Creamer?
that's in it. Yes.
So you're going to make hot chocolate out of just half and half?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, then.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Okay, so you had to watch this on an app for a while, but now it's coming to theaters.
Yeah, but it's not what you think. So Chosen, you may have seen it, you may not. You had to download the app. It's The Life of Christ. It's had a couple of series, right?
Yeah.
Yes, seasons,
yeah.
I mean, not series,
Right.
but seasons of Chosen. Now they're coming out with it on a phantom event in the theaters, and it's going to be a Christmas version.
And it's over just a couple of days, right? So you have to get in over those couple of days
Oh,
to
yeah.
see it? Yeah.
But the big thing is it's going to be in the theaters,
Which-
November 1st and 2nd.
And it's going to be
Not November, I'm sorry, December.
December. But it's so well done, the show, just through the app, that I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this.
Well, it's going to be the Christmas stories. It'll be Mary, Joseph, and the birth of Jesus.
Yeah. And I love the way they tell it. I mean, it's just it feels like you are part of the story when I'm even just watching through the app. So to see it on the big screen is going to be so
It'll be
good.
good.
So
People
good.
rave about Chosen.
They really do. There were some parts that are hard to watch, obviously, in this story, but I think necessary, for older teenagers and adults, of course. But it's really good.
Yeah, so that's coming up at the beginning of December with Chosen in the theaters.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
There's a little town in Indiana. It's called Greensburg, and they really want some new blood in the town. They don't have a lot of people that live there already. It's about 12,000 people. And so they're trying to get people to relocate to their town to really boost the economy and, again, bring in some younger families. So what they're doing is if you're interested over the next 6 to 12 months, they want you to move there. They're going to give you $5,000. To do it, to help with your moving expenses.
Okay, that's nice.
But they'll also give you like a membership to the YMCA. They've got gift cards to different things that go on. And they'll even give you grandparents.
For real?
Like, they have people that have signed up to say, I will be sort of a grandparent by proxy for people that are moving in because they may be moving away from their family and won't have a grandparent close by.
Okay, I like that. I'll tell you for several reasons. Number one, I don't have family on my side, except for my wife and kids. Right. I have no family at all, so I'm an abandoned teenager, orphan. So there's no grandparents on my side for my kids whatsoever. And then Amy's dad lives in Michigan.
Yeah, quite
So we live here. Now, I'm not going to move to this town for $5,000 in grandparents. I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
I love living right here. We'll never move unless God says to. But I've never had any proxy grandparents, anybody who is like, oh, you know what? We'll be the grandparents to your kids in town here. Just never had that. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and I think it's cool when people come in. They may not be blood relatives, but I think that, you can certainly have family who are not connected to you by blood, like, an aunt or a grandparent. So I love that people want to be involved in new families that are coming in.
Generational influence.
You need to know what happened firsthand in history in your area. Just learn their experiences because we learn through experiences. And just that relationship, I got to call my grandma. I got to call my grandpa.
I just wish that, my older kids are out of the house. I still have Eli. He's 13, and he doesn't have grandparent influence except for once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He doesn't get to go to grandma's house on the weekend and bake cookies
that
or
doesn't
whatever.
Happen. Just doesn't happen.
Right.
My
So
wife
it's
and I,
kinda
until the kids got older, we never went on dates. And you need that kind of stuff, Because we never had anybody, no grandparent, nothing like that to take care of the kids when they were younger.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, you have a built-in babysitter, but it's so more than that because they're, the grandkids need to have that time with their grandparents.
Love to. The phone lines, 800-447-7234. Call or text. Would love to know about that kind of influence, whether your grandparents or like the in proxy kind of thing. What's happened with you? 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
In Switzerland, they have so much fruit that needs to be harvested that some of it rots. They don't get to it in time. So there's this whole organization. It's called SOS Fruits. And I love this because they'll get all these volunteers, and the volunteers will come out and they'll pick the fruit. And then what they do with it is then they split it three ways. Some goes to the people who own the fruit, that grew it in the first place so they could sell it. Some goes to the people who volunteer to pick it, and others go to SOS Fruits for setting up the volunteers to go and pick the fruit. So for apples, for instance, they had an excess of apples this year. So they're focusing on the apples instead of it rotting. The organization, SOS Fruits, they turn it into juice and then they sell it, and then they're able to fund their organization that way so they can continue to do this for not just apple orchards, but also other kind of fruits that are grown throughout the year. Because in Switzerland, they get so much of it. Some of it just goes to waste and then it just rots.
And it's hard to see that much waste. I mean, there's probably at least thousands and thousands of pounds of waste every single year, the different fruits, not just apples, but I want to know who put that all together. I'm sure it was more than one person, but whoever started that, good on you.
I know, pretty brilliant, right? Because the people who are picking it, the volunteers get to keep some for their families. Then the orchards get to keep it so that they can sell it because it wouldn't have been sold anyway. And then the organization gets it and they turn it into juice, sell it, and then give some of it away. So it's nice.
Yeah, and I think maybe we follow that model from here on out.
If
Be kinda
there's
cool.
if there's enough fruit.